Kathy.
And this is Kathy. How are y'all doing together? We are crazy. But
I know,
Linen and Scraps.
And Linen and Scraps.
So glad to be with y'all for the third and last installment of our 2022 Christmas in July.
We talked about that. We're kind of like, we love Christmas, but we're good.
We're good. We're good. I did get some things finished, so I'm ecstatic about that.
I know. Some really cute finishes. So.
And I have enjoyed the heck out of seeing the other people who have been doing Christmas in July videos. Stunning stuff. Yeah. Just fun, great ideas, stunning stuff. Yeah. Now, I did, I heard about some people like stitching in the season. You know, like they like stitching summer and fall. I have to tell you, I kind of like stitching Christmas in July because while I'm playing my Christmas songs and stitching, I didn't realize it was 100 degrees outside. You know, so it was fun.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see people digging out their stash, archived, what have you, pieces that are, you know, half of the way done, and now they'll be done for Christmas.
I hope so. I gotta stitch faster or something if I expect to get everything done that I gotta get done.
A little bit ahead of the game, so I think that's a good thing. We've got some really pretty pieces. We're gonna do a little bit different this time.
Yes, we're gonna start off with Kathy's stunning trunk show.
Christmas pieces that I've stitched over the years, over the time. I have to say, I was kind of one of the Flosstubes. You brought me to the attention of the gal that talked about Molly's, and they don't want you to ever talk bad about your cross stitch ever again. And you can't because your cross stitch is
my gosh, that was the sweetest people.
So my pieces are
Rachel, I think. Fiber Tree.
The comment was something to the effect of, I've been stitching a really, really long time, but it doesn't look, the pieces that I stitch don't look old, even though I am old, but they don't look old.
They look timeless too.
Timeless.
Timeless.
I do like to stitch things that, and the bulk of them are samplers. So I guess that's why. But so we'll get started. I actually, I'm going to start with a couple pieces that, I'm going to start with this one because I don't know who even stitched this. I stitched it, but I don't know who designed it.
She didn't know who stitched it. Yeah. She doesn't know who designed it. Okay.
Merry Christmas. Oh, a little bit of a glare. Absolutely love it. Story behind the frame. I picked it up from the framer up in Wisconsin. Icy, crappy, icky day, but I wanted it home. Picked the frame because it looked like candy cane kind of a frame. Dropped the frame. And honest to God, the owner of the shop ran out and she's like, you know, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't think my frame is. So we took it back inside and she recut it. And
oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful.
And if anyone knows who designed it, I don't. I have not a clue. Back in the day when I stitched this, I don't think I have the year on here, but
I bet there's a bunch of people who want to know. So if anybody knows,
I never really paid that much attention. You know, at the back that many years ago, I didn't see my patterns or anything, but I love it.
But if anybody knows, please share what the name of the pattern was.
Hangs by my grandmama's oak commode, if you will. And
that's beautiful, Kathy.
So that's a pretty piece there.
And then, I love the size of it too.
Yeah, I like the size of it too. It's nice and big. And then I stitched one of Brenda Gervais' beautiful little bags. This was Heaven and Nature Sing. Just made it into a bag that holds lavender, and El Paso's known for their lavender fields. Not that far away from here. We need some new lavender, some fresh lavender, but there's the pattern if you want to try to find that one. I think it's still available. There it is.
And I put a light up, but now I need to do something to create it where it's not going to create a glare.
Yeah, too bad of a glare.
Heaven and Nature Song.
Heaven and Nature Sing. Brenda Gervais.
That's beautiful.
So that was fun to stitch that. And then an older piece, Sheepish Designs. This is called My Christmas Sampler. And again, I had this one in my stash forever and a day and thought, I think I just finished this like 2 years ago. Absolutely love it. Love the color, love the fabric.
Nope. There you go. Isn't that beautiful?
So that's another one that I framed from the frame at Hobby Lobby and the clearance rack.
And when do you think you did this?
I think 2017. So
because the fabric is gorgeous.
Yeah, really pretty.
Oh my gosh, that's just beautiful.
Kind of timeless. Kind of a timeless piece. I like that one. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll.
We just got to get it right. That's all.
I got to work on the light.
And then my next piece that I have is the Nativity by Words of Praise. And I was telling Molly about this one. This thing sat in my stash for I don't know, 6 years, 7 years, and I thought, no one's going to stitch this darn thing for me. So I need to stitch it. And I absolutely love it. Again, I think it's just another timeless piece.
Oh my God, Kathy, that's so pretty.
Beautiful.
I love the softness of it.
And I love the frame and the little animals.
Look at his eye.
Yeah, that's a really
That
sweet
is
one.
darling.
I thought I want the sampler, but no one's stitching it for me, so I better just darn well get at it. So yeah.
Oh my gosh,
that's a
beautiful.
words of praise.
Now I'm holding it up, and what's this? This is pretty.
Oh, that is this.
You brought this piece?
Yes.
Oh, yay.
Oh, wrong way. And you can see on the bottom, I added a little bling on the bottom. Finished this up in 2021. This is actually framed in a half Duchess hoop that I only had part of it. I only had the outer ring.
What is a half Duchess hoop?
Well, it's only I don't have the two pieces. I only had the one.
So what's a Duchess hoop?
A Duchess hoop is a hoop that people love. They're wood, they're old, they're antique, everybody wants them, they're expensive. And I don't know how I got just the top half. I somehow messed up and didn't realize it, but I absolutely love that one.
So it's Joy Noel by Artful Offerings, patterned by Karina Hiddle.
Isn't that pretty? And this linen is already there. The stripes are already on it. I just had to work my wreath to the size that needed to fit.
That is so pretty. That's sweet, sweet.
I
And
like
talking about timeless, I can't tell the pieces that you did in 1987 from 2021.
That's a
they
good thing.
look so timeless.
That's a good thing. And then the next one is Winter Rose Manor. I'll let you have that.
Thank you, ma'am.
There we go.
Y'all heard her. She said she'd let me have it.
Yeah, just the pattern.
Oh.
This is stitched on vintage metal rope, 36 count vintage metal rope. And everyone is stitching this or has stitched it. And I will tell you that this particular piece, you know, you can pull the called for colors, the called for floss. It never looks the same. I did my own thing on this, changed up the colors. I knew the linen I wanted to work it on. Took me a year and a day to get that pink house the way I wanted it to look. I think I did some fancy floss on the roof where I went down an diagonal.
That's what, Kathy, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
Look at the roof, look at the door, and look at the fence.
And I did the cardinals the same way. And believe it or not, in the fence, I have my initials in the center there.
That is so pretty the way that.
Over one.
So how do you do that diagonal?
You just stitch on a diagonal. Stitch down the diagonal. If I'm gonna buy a fancy floss, I want to see the fancy.
Even the
floss.
trees, even the little trees.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's really
so
pretty.
So when you stitch like that, are you stitching the loop method to start, or you're
no? Because I just use the 1 over 1.
Oh, the one.
Yeah,
that's right.
Just the 1 over 1. So
you have full advantage of
I
the
have
thing.
easier time with it.
Oh my
So
gosh! And the frame is not to be ignored.
No, I love the frame.
I love the frame.
Love the
Oh my
frame.
gosh!
I knew
Kathy,
I had that one, and yeah, it's very, very
I'll
pretty.
let y'all see the roof one more time. Hold on. Look at the fence, just is phenomenal. Oh,
Yeah,
look
I
at those
changed the
beautiful
fence,
birds and
changed the
milk.
birds.
Kathy, that is stunning. Okay, thank
And
you.
then this one is Yes, Virginia, which I did buy the
That's
pattern.
darling.
I bought the pattern out at one of my trips to Wisconsin. And this one, I stitched this in sulky threads that are because this is 28 count, the gingham fabric. I was able to use 1 over 1 using the sulky threads. And then I did change up the color of the verse so that to a more chocolatey brown.
That makes sense because I'm sitting here looking at this pattern going,
I wanted to be able to read it.
That's hard to see.
The hardest thing for me was getting this in this frame. I had to, well, besides framing it, because I wanted the check straight, but I did finally get it where it's like, okay, I can live with this.
And I realize you are not the pattern maker, but do you think this is still available?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think that one is still available.
So this was stitched on what count?
This is 28 count.
So if I did it on 14, it'd be the same.
About the same size. Yeah. Yeah, and I stitched it, like I said, the little sulky threads when they came out, I think like 2 years ago, they are kind of equivalent to 2 strands on 32 count or 14 count.
That is darling.
I like that one too.
It looks easy to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
There's a lot of counting.
counting is hard, but
Counting's hard. There's a lot of counting, but I like
I think
it.
I can.
Yeah, I bet you can do that. And then my last one that I brought today was Emma
Oh no,
Miles.
you can't be that close to through.
I am.
Oh
Emma
no, oh
Miles.
no.
And this
I'm
is
oh my God, as big as Kathy.
It's a heavy one.
It's as big as Kathy.
This is a Scarlet Letter.
No, I don't want to act like I'm helping.
And I love this one too. So this is the one that I say it's a Christmas sampler. The verse isn't real Christmassy, but I kind of think this is more of a 4-season. You can see the robin.
Well, somebody's
little motorcycle.
He's so proud of his little motorcycle.
Celebrating Saturday.
Yeah.
I think there's a robin down there in the middle, and for spring.
Oh,
and
I see.
The holly for
Beautiful
Christmas,
butterflies, small.
and then the outside border more summery. And then the fall, the little bittersweet to me. So that's,
and I took a picture of this and made myself some floss drops.
Yeah.
With it.
And this is she's a big girl.
That is a big girl, and she is stunning.
She's
and you did her when? I'm sorry if
I think it's down there. No, somewhere.
1848. Boy, you look good for your age.
48.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you I'm old. Yeah.
It could be on there somewhere.
Oh,
2000.
There we go.
2010.
Try to date them,
2010.
I try to date them and get my dog in there.
Oh, how cute.
So,
Kathy, that is stunning. Now, she's already showed us dozens and dozens of beautiful Christmas
I have more,
things.
but
yeah. Well, December's actually coming, so we got time.
We got time.
But so your collection is just stunning. I'm now going to show you my entire collection of Christmas.
All right.
I know it's going to take a lot of time, but I'm going to show you everything I have finished for Christmas. Okay, we're going to start off with, last time I had showed you this chart. It's 2 different charts. I put them together. This thing is not hot glued or stapled in place. It is held on with a prayer. But I went to Hobby Lobby and bought a 66% off long cutting board. It's like a bread paddle or something. Yeah. And the only time I've ever bought something regular price from Hobby Lobby, I bought Christmas picks that they were just putting out because I needed some.
The box was
and I didn't want to get up in the garage.
Right.
But anyway, and then this ribbon, a friend of mine here in town that I met, she's a little bit older than me, but she was cleaning out her Christmas stuff, and she was giving me old Good Housekeeping magazines from 1974, which I graduated high school in, or beautiful old patterns from the 60s, or things she's been collecting and saving for years. And one of the things she gave me was some bolts of Christmas ribbon. And so that's Margie's ribbon.
Yeah.
And then look, I put my little...
She got the rolling pin.
Rolling pin. So those of you who told me to go to Hobby Lobby, they got rolling pins.
Did you paint it?
Well, sure I did.
It's cute.
And I put a little washi tape on it. And what I want to do is cut out, like, what is that, like done? Something done that does the little tall, thin letters on the cups and all. Priscilla and them show them all the time. Anyway, I want to cut a little piece of vinyl out. I don't know if I want to say yum or something. Anyway, just put it on there. But so I think he turned out cute. And when I told you I wanted to do oversized frames for the pieces, I wasn't kidding. I want oversized frames. Okay, so there's one. Simple. This one is the one that it came out of Just Cross Stitching magazine. I think it's Peppermint Paul, silly as he can be, but he was originally stitched on green in the magazine. But I stitched him on a piece of blue opalescent. I dyed the white opalescence, that soft blue. And then if you can see the overdye thread that they had me using, it's kind of a pink and yellow and white. So pepperminty looking. So I just love it. And of course, I glued some sequins on there. I had to put a paper frame around it and a little bit of twine. But I love how it came out. Hobby Lobby frame, So he goes with my Santa real well.
Yeah, the sweet treat little thing on the bottom.
Well, that's to say just for a little kitchen piece. And then I love how my little Mr. Marshmallow came out. And so again, a Hobby Lobby frame. I dyed the fabric. It was called for on Kermit, which was a bright green, but I tried to dye it as close as I can.
It's really cute.
And it came out cute. Of course, I glued a few little snowflake sequins on there. I don't know if you could tell, but I love how it came out. And then I put some felt leaves on there and some These are Martha Stewart. Y'all remember back in the day when she did scrapbook and stuff? Those are Martha Stewart stickers for the fines. But they mirror it so perfectly.
They do. It's perfect. They pulls it right out of that,
like little glitter buttons.
Right out of that mug of hot chocolate.
So I've got my little kitchen corner started. So those are mine. That's my entire collection.
Yeah, except for you have to finish the mousse.
I have to do the reindeer.
The
It's my
reindeer.
husband with the googly eyes.
Yeah,
But
he said he looks like him.
Now I do have a few Christmas whips
Yep.
and a, what do you call it? FO and not FFO from Fat Quarter Shop, one of my 2 favorite or 3 favorite places to shop. And all kidding aside, I ordered some things on like it was Saturday night at 2 in the morning or something. Well, I guess it'd be Sunday morning at 2 in the morning. And I swear they came Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, it was
That's
like quick.
amazing.
Yeah, it was quick. But anyway, they had a stitch along, a mystery stitch along for the month of Jolly, Jolly July. And
so
it was darling. It was
really
cute. But I'm so strange. But anyway, see how the 4th part of the pattern was just those little white lines with the little poinsettia and leaves in the corner. Well, and it had the little stripe down the middle of the postcard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Divided. Well, I would, my whole life, every time I hung that up, I'm thinking I need to go address that postcard. So I went ahead and put Santa's address on there. If you go to the United States Post Office, you can look up that Santa's address is Santa Claus, 123 Elf Road, North Pole. His zip code happens to be 88888, but I didn't put that in there. But now I can't put my little up and down line, so.
All those years I had kids, I never knew that.
Yeah, but the post office will say, but didn't it come out cute?
Yeah, it's really cute.
Now I got to tell you, I had to I had to lower all this and play around with that. That was a job. But it really was a super easy
really
stitch. Love the colors.
And you stitched that on?
It was, yes.
14 count blackboard?
Chalkboard. Chalkboard. So
really
thank you, Fat Quarter Shop, for having that stitch along. I love it. Now let me make sure we're still recording. We had a Bobo earlier. I hit stop somewhere in the middle. But anyway, okay.
I just ate fudge, and what did you make?
Oh, bacon crack. For the month of July, we were sharing recipes. This plate used to be 3 inches high with bacon crack.
I'm having this one now.
But bacon crack is, I'll put the recipe on my blog, of course. It is crescent rolls, maple sugar, brown sugar, bacon, maple syrup, brown sugar, bacon. Oh my God, it's delicious. And then I've got a cake back there. I'm sorry, I'm jumping off the thing here. There's a story about that cake. I call it Tasca's cake. I've met a lot of beautiful women in my life, but truly, to God, my hand to God, one of the most beautiful women I've ever met, both spiritually and physically, was Tasca Heard. And she gave me this recipe. Do you see these big crevices Kathy's taking the time to show you on these cakes? What had happened was, I made
Molly
the
wasn't
cake.
feeling good yesterday.
I'm not feeling good. I got a little vertigo going on, so I'm just doing my best to stay upright. But anyway, I opened the door this morning to the oven, and I look in there, the cake's looking really good, and I let go of the door. Door to the oven shuts. I'm like, oh no. I opened the door back up to the oven, and that cake is gone, just.
She said it was just like a cartoon.
It looked like Lucille Ball episode or something, cake deflating.
I just can't even imagine what that felt like, let alone to see it.
At that point, I was just lucky to be upright. But the side stayed pretty. But when I put it on the plate, of course, the milk's sinking. But it's delicious.
And then I made more pecan fudge.
And what that cake mix is, I'm going to tell you now because it's so
we're
easy.
chit-chatting about it, and I'm just going to eat away.
It literally is a box of butter pecan. Butter pecan. If you notice, I got pecans and everything. Butter pecan, super moist cake mix. Follow the directions, mix it up, and then pour into the mix a can of coconut pecan, German chocolate type icing. Blend that into your mix. Pour it in a bundt pan. Bake it. It's delicious. It's delicious.
I'll try that next.
We're going to get it. And what my thought is on both of those, not only are they great for Christmas, they make great tailgating foods.
Oh, yeah. Football coming up.
Yeah, football season.
But you know that
coming up. They're delicious.
Las Cruces is the pecan capital of the world.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, back to where we were.
Mm-hmm.
So on whips for Christmas, we're trying to get Christmas going here.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you this one only because I love it, and I put about 4 stitches in it just so I could
be committed.
Poke my flag in it, and say I'm going to be committed to it because I love this. This is from Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitching with the Housewives, and it's Into All a Good Night. And I think I had teased y'all about Kathy had shown that little 3D gingerbread house she made with all the beadwork and stuff on the last video we did. I don't know.
It was the one before with the small. No big.
1st of July.
Yeah.
Anyway, stunning. Well, I can't do all that little 3D stuff and all that little 100 count thread or whatever. I don't know. It's ridiculously detailed. So I thought, well, I could do a big flat piece like this and beat it up.
Yeah.
So I've got the chalkboard fabric, and let me show you my tremendous start in there. What I did was I cut my fabric, which was kind of silly, but I wanted to make sure I had enough, and stitched right in the middle. I have about 10 stitches in there. So it's officially mine.
It's officially a whip.
It's the one I'm working on next.
Yeah.
Now, let me make sure we're still recording. Yes. Okay. Someday, over drinks, I'll tell you the story. Okay.
There's always a story.
I want to go back and show you this. I know it's, how many times have we heard about this thing? But it's the Bothy Threads 12 Days of Christmas pattern. My dilemma was I started using the gold thread that came with the pattern.
And I did give you a nice look when you hauled up
when
that
I showed Kathy that hank of gold thread, which was unraveling before our very eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I moved it, it just unraveled. But anyway, beautiful shine. Well, I started stitching with it. No way was I going to finish. And what I was laughing at while I was stitching that and cursing it, I saw Kimberly Jolly of that quarter shop talking about she had tried to stitch with gold thread. Never again. Right after that, I watched a video from the Tiny House Stitcher, who I love. I'm so sorry for your loss recently.
Yeah.
Gorgeous young woman. But anyway, so I love her videos. She's talking about she tried to stitch with gold, and no ma'am, did not have any of that.
Gold is hard. Metallic
well,
is hard.
what I want to show y'all, now remember this is 14 count Ada. I don't know if this would work on too much else. But while I was at Michael's buying some thread, I came across this DMC Diamant Grande gold thread. It comes in pastel colors, a couple of 3 shades of gold, a silver, and a black. Pewter black. It is not meant to unwind. It is made in Japan. DMC, which is French, has it made in Japan because they do beautiful fabrics and stuff. So you don't unwind it. It went through that thing like butter. Stayed together. It was perfect. A little thick because you don't unwind it. Now, I can tell you can unwind it, but why would you? Yeah. Unless you just really insist on it. It
looks really nice.
But in the meantime, the stitches, I don't know, let me see if I can get close on. I'm not the best stitcher, but look how pretty flat those stitches are.
Yeah, look, that looks
and
really,
I'm telling
really
you, just
nice.
went through, when I was trying to go through with the original thread that came with Bothy, then I tried the DMC metallics, and both of them were just, it was horrible, just horrible. And my stitches, like they looked pretty for a minute, and then when you went to the next stitch, that stitch popped back up or something. It was terrible. So anyway.
But before she got that pretty little stitch in there,
I tried 10 different things to make
She hauls me out of my house in my pajamas.
I call her and I was like, I need to show you something to see if this is going to work, because I literally I put in
a lot.
Two types of gold metallic, and then I put in a gold DMC color, and then I put 2 threads of gold, 2 different colors of gold DMC cotton thread, trying to find something.
And she's got to get them out.
So I wanted to show Kathy this to see, does that look like it's working?
Yeah.
I think it does. So I got to rip out all that other stuff. By now my holes are the size of, truck openings or something, and they're huge. But I'm like, I'm sick of ripping. I'm tearing this fabric up. So I call Kathy. She says, meet me out back. Now in El Paso, if you know anything about West Texas, we have rock walls between all the houses. So your yard is pretty private.
Everyone's got a wall.
Everybody's got walls. So it's a nice private backyard. Now the backyard's the size of a postage stamp. But anyway, you got a rock wall, so it seems like you own the earth. So Kathy comes out and she hands me this little bitty wood stick in a container, and it's got a little sickle shape
razor blade on it.
And she said you can rip with that. And I said, well, can you cut your fabric with that? She goes, oh yeah, but don't.
Because you can very easily.
Girl, I took that thing in the house and started. That was the best I've sewn since I was 5 years old. That was the best seam ripper I've ever had.
It's a really good tool.
Fisker sells the blades. I think they're 2 in a pack for $7 from Joann's or whoever you get them from. But what I did was I went on Amazon and I found a pack of 12. Do you see how that looks like?
It's like a scalpel.
It's like, and it's like a curved blade. That thing ripped like butter. Yeah. And I just tried these. It rips like butter.
So what it does, it's very, very flat. There's like no, so you can actually get under that top thread
and
lift it.
And I got in a groove of just do like this and cutting. Without
really nice tool.
I think you'd have to try to cut your fabric.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to go in.
Yeah. If you're ripping on 14 count, 18 count, it's probably not as big of a challenge. But if you're on like linen, 40 count linen, and you're picking up a lot. But
Anyway,
a
more to the
great
story.
tool.
So then my question to Kathy is, what else haven't you been
I
telling
know.
me?
We'll have to
What else
talk
don't I
about some
know?
of the tools that I've accumulated over the years that have been really helpful stitching.
Well, I heard, I think it was Liz of the Country Stitchers talking about, and I didn't know if she was teasing and wanted this tool or if it really is a thing, but I want it. I use thread to the very end. If I can see I've got 3 stitches left, I'm not going to stop that thread to go re-thread to finish it. I am going to work that thread to the very end. I'm working with cotton DMC and a big old Ada. But I wish that instead of having a needle this long, I wish there was something I could use
there
on
are
the back
petites
to pull through.
but there are tools you can pull through. It's got a little like a crochet hook on it. I think Jeanette Douglas made them again at some point, but we'll have to look into the awesome needlework tools.
Okay, so that was Bothy thread and to all a good night. And then I'm going to show you this next one that I think is, if you'll hold that one, don't show it up yet. This one I think is going to become one of my favorites. And whoever the enabler was, you bad woman, you, who sent me the note about, well, if you like this, you might like these. They sent me a picture of these Twin Peaks Santas. Well, I had to buy both of them. They are so cute. And, you know, I printed the pattern, you know, downloaded the pattern and printed it. And he's got a blue coat on. So he's my
turquoise coat.
Turquoise coat. And I don't have much done on him, but he's going to be a big boy.
Yeah.
I like him.
I like him that big.
He's going to be a nice big boy. Yeah. And I like him. And I like that, can you see all the little accoutrement that comes with it? He's got the little cardinals on his arm. I love his staff with the snowflake, the pretty little house lantern, the bird on the house. Just really well done. And I'm assuming those are apples in his basket in the back, but they almost look like pumpkins. But, you know, at Christmas you think of apples. Isn't that darling? Don't they look like pumpkins? Or orange? Oh, yeah. Could be oranges. Could be Christmas oranges. That was a treat, you know, if you were getting that fruit at Christmas. Like a pumpkin, though. Okay, anyway, so the moral to the story is, I love him. Yeah, I do too. And, so thank you, whoever enabled me with that. Thank you so much. Okay, and then last but certainly not least.
It's my favorite.
This was downloaded from, oh, I keep forgetting.
That magazine?
The Gift of Stitching.
Okay.
Is that the name of it? The Gift of Stitching. I had bought, you know how you download 10 years worth or 7 years worth or something, and there's just all kind of treasures. They did it in these colors. Pretty, but I don't get it. But for me, who loves blue and green. That's so pretty, Molly. Wait, where am I, Kathy? Okay. There. Isn't that going to be pretty? Yeah. That is your color. And that is my color. She can add some coppers and golds with it and all.
The fabric that you're stitching that on is beautiful.
It's called raw linen. Just the color is raw linen, Ada. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely gorgeous. And then there's beads. I have, you know, the pattern calls for beads. And what I was trying to do was I was trying to work across the thing here as far as I can get, because down, if I can get farther down here, I can get to my song. Yeah. Because I heard the bells on Christmas Day. I love that one too. So I can't wait. And then I'm going to have to beat it. So beat it. Yeah. Okay. So those were my Christmas whips. Okay. What's next, Ladybug? Okay, go ahead. Well, no, I'm going to skip this for a minute. But what I was going to show you is I needed Kathy's input on something. And that leads us into the next thing, if you don't mind. So the next pattern I have to get, you know, kind of like if I plant my flag, you know, get my needle in there and get a few stitches. I got to get them finished. Is this from Liz Matthews. And it's the First Day of Christmas Tree Sample. I love that one. I love this. I do too. Well, I like a lot of Liz's stuff. I like a lot of her stuff. Going to be a bad, I think it's going to be a pretty, I don't want to say easy, but it's going to be a good stitch. I think it's going to be a good stitch. Take forever. And I had told Kathy originally, I said, well, I like this, the color of that tree is kudzu linen, but it's a 32 count linen or something. Yeah. And I like those colors, but I want to add a little like turquoisey looking or blue wanting to do that. You know. But when I read the instructions, and I think Liz and I would really get along because I think her brain, I hate to tell you, girl, you're much younger, be careful. But she gives you the colors in DMC or NPI. Two colorways, NPI silks. Okay, so she gives you 2 colorways. Then she tells you, and I thought, well, those colors don't look like those. What am I doing wrong? Well, then I read in the body of it, she's saying, well, I didn't use those colors. So she sounds like me. Well, I'm going to give you the instructions, but I didn't follow. But anyway, like so once I show you the fabric I'm considering, I really can't use these colors. Because okay. So what I did was Kathy comes over one day. There was a piece of fabric that I had seen online, a young lady, I don't know who she is, who was introducing a pattern at the what do they call it, the Needlework Expo in August. The pattern, she only showed like a clip of the pattern, it looked cute, but it was on a piece of material that was just stunning. Well, Kathy comes over, oh, look what I just got in the mail. And it was that material. It was stunning, stunning, stunning. And it was from a lady named Oksana Lapatina. And I bought her, I tried to buy some off Facebook. She has it listed there. And she has it on eBay. Well, out of the 5 pieces of material that now I'm looking for Ada, hers was linen.
Right.
Linen takes color a whole different way than Ada does.
Yes, it does.
But the colors Oksana had were stunning.
Beautiful.
And I have to tell you, I paid her. She's another one. I paid her, and she mailed like an hour later.
She's very, very good. And
I thought, oh, she just printed that label on everything. And I'm telling you, the package came 2 days later.
And her
packaged
linen
beautifully.
Is dyed where it doesn't look like something that was tea-dyed or tie-dyed. I don't want my linen to look like tie-dye.
And what I love is she has Ada. You know,
yes,
so
she's got beautifully dyed.
So
yes.
I'm going to hold this up again, Kathy. This was one of the materials I got from her. And so her name is Oksana Lapatina, but it's Crazy Hamster.
Yeah.
Was the name.
I think that's going to look really nice on there.
So that's one of them. And that's an 11 count, so it would be bigger, which I like.
Which we talked about,
okay.
yeah.
And I think this piece of material is
I
big.
really like that.
And then she's got this green, which I think is beautiful, but it's 18 count, 18 so it'd be smaller.
Yeah. I like your
14
count.
If this was 30, was this 36 or 32? Whatever, it'd be, where did I see what it was stitched on?
Sampler was stitched on 36.
So this would be the same size.
Yeah.
If it's an 18. Okay.
Yeah.
So I could use this, it's got the blue in it, or I could use this and make it bigger.
I like the bigger one. I like this brown.
Okay.
I do.
But I'll have to repick threads because both of these, the greens that she tells you to pull, which are not what she used,
right,
are these colors.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
So this will be another whip minutes from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
This
cool.
was a piece of olive. Boy, it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
It's really pretty olive. I got it from the Fat Quarter Shop just to see what the color was, thinking I could probably over dye it. And it's a beautiful little color. I like the feel of it too. It's from China.
Oh, that is nice.
Uh-huh. So I don't know if it's all cotton because the entire package was Chinese. You know, everything written on the package was Chinese. But so it may have a little nylon or something in there. You know. Okay.
I like that one too.
Now.
And then because we were into linen, I came. I should ask Molly if I could come over. She invited me. We dyed linen. We dyed some of our own linen, and we got some really pretty pieces out of it. This was a yellow base.
I was going to tell you, Kathy had this honking huge
hunk of
piece.
linen.
It was as tall as she was, as wide as I am. Big piece of linen.
I really like that.
So she just cut off a chunk.
Cut off a chunk because I didn't care.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
And then this one's got a little bit more of the brown tone.
And this is almost what that lady sent you.
Sorry for the crease.
The lady had a little bit more blues and a little bit more chestnut, a little truer colors and all.
Yeah.
In there, but isn't that
so?
stunning?
I'm looking forward to finding some pieces to work on.
So Kathy was asking me to teach her how to dye.
Molly taught me how to dye.
I spent about 3 minutes showing her the basics, and then got out of her way and
went to town.
She went to town. It was like just like I teased about when Kathy wanted to start playing with paper things, and I said, "Well, let me show you how to do this." And she's over there just doing it. That's exactly what she did with the dyeing. It was, frustrating for me. No, it was fun to watch, and I wanted to copy
fun.
So what happened that day was so she's dyeing and I'm dyeing, and my kitchen's not that big, so we're slapping each other. All I'm worried about is I'm gonna 3 different colors when we get through this. But if y'all remember, I bought a piece of murky because Kathy did the pumpkin on murky that I had to have. I think she's gonna show you later, probably.
I'm gonna pull my murky out. This was my murky.
And see how it's got that pretty chestnut and darker.
Yeah.
Well, I ordered a piece of murky Ada.
Yeah.
It did not look a thing like that. But it was pretty, but So I thought, let me see if I can do it. So this is as far as I've got on dyeing my murky.
So really what you need.
But I need to go back and add the chestnut.
Yeah.
I need to add the chestnut and a hint of green. A little green. Okay. So I think I can get there. But one of the things I wanted to show you when you dye your own fabric, and Kathy can tell you how easy it was. This is one side, it's more blended in. This is another side, and you can see where where it's real dark. That's where it actually hit, laid against the pan while it was baking in the oven and all.
I gotta say, I was a little worried about that when it hit the pan.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, so then I'm going to show you my other colors. So Kathy did those blues and greens.
Yeah. Here, I'll hold this.
So I had to try to do blue and green. So I like it. It looks. I've got a couple of little places I might not like, but so there's mine.
It's
It's
pretty.
on Ada.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a lighter version of that because I wanted to try to see if I could do a little bit more
Really
surreal.
pretty.
Love it.
Really,
Okay,
really
trying to go
pretty.
fast here so you don't fall asleep on me. And then this piece, what I wanted to show you is I was showing Kathy I needed a little piece of green, just a little piece for something. So I thought, well, let me just cut a piece that width, and then I'm gonna fold it in half, and I'll try to get a blue and try to get a green, just because. Well, I love how they blended together. So I was telling Kathy, let me unfold this.
It's really pretty.
Now my hunt is I got to find
Use the whole
something with a, foresty, trees coming up, quote coming down.
I think something.
I
yeah.
love it how it came out with the
I
two-tone.
do too. The two-tone.
So
That's hard to get. Some people
and it was just
strive
a
for
happy
that.
accident. So I got to find now. Have you ever bought shoes and then you got to go find the outfit or find a pair of earrings? And you just got to have the, Well, that's what happened. So then just play, and I made myself a couple of other fall pieces, to play with. And then my quest is to learn how to do, because I'm like a lot of these people that die. I just play.
Yeah, we'll never get the same twice.
No, but we got kind of close.
We did.
Once we learned the formulas and all, we were kind of good.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, the hint to dyeing, there's about 50 videos up there about how to dye.
Yeah, that's quite a few.
But for me, what they don't tell you ahead of time, most of them are tea dyeing and coffee dyeing, which you need to know. But if you're going to use Ritz dye, what I was telling Kathy, the first thing I would do is Ritz dye has a formula recipe page. And for me, who I love color, but on the color wheel, if you mix certain colors, you just get brown.
Yeah.
If you mix other colors, they work. Go to the Ritz dye page and look for the color that you think you want, because the colors that you think make them up might not be it.
No, I was shocked.
Yeah. So because I was showing her, I said, like this one, I would have thought it was this and this, but it wasn't. It was royal blue and something or whatever.
So you got to go. They know their dyes. They know what's in their dye and how it's going to react.
So I would say start with that and play. Just play.
Yeah.
The Ritz dye is about $3.
And that's what we did as we played. We really didn't know.
But what I'm trying to perfect, and I'm nowhere close, is getting neutrals. When I order some neutrals or naturals from the different companies that I've ordered from, and they're pretty, but they're kind of plain.
Yeah.
They don't have that richness that I'm looking for or something. So I want to learn how to do that. So I'm going to have to keep playing. But I did make myself a piece of. I'm okay with it.
The color's very pretty.
Yeah, and it's like a tea dye, not tea though. Doesn't smell like coffee or anything, and it won't wash out. Coffee dye, you got to be careful of because
it'll go away.
It'll wash out. Yeah. And but anyway, so I've got to get better at doing softer neutrals, but that have distinction. I
just go back to what we did and what Axuna does.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look tie-dyed.
No.
I have to say, it looks soft and worked in the fabric.
Mm-hmm.
It looks as though someone's taken the time to really mesh those colors together. And
I'll tell you,
absolutely beautiful job.
I know a lot of y'all have asked me to do a video on dyeing. I'm so new at it, I'm embarrassed. I don't know what to do about dyeing. I'm just playing.
We're just playing.
But I can tell you one of the secrets is I see a lot of the videos that I've watched. Women take the material and they literally crinkle it up and then they put it in a container that's small, like a plastic jug or something, and they'll crinkle it up and then they pour their dye in there. That will give you more of that tie-dye look sometimes because it's sinking into where gravity takes it, and then it's not going to sink into the places that are absorbing. Yeah, so you're going to get more of a tie-dye. What I showed Kathy is I bought from Dollar Tree and Walmart bacon sheets, jelly roll pans, that have a little lip on them. So I can lay my material out. I wet it, lay it out, and then I crinkle it just a little, just a little. And then, so the dye is not pulling so much in some areas and others. And you can pour dye just right there if you want to, or just right there if you want to.
Yeah.
So,
it was fun. It was fun. Quite.
But then I showed her I had an old milk jug that I cut out like a scoop out of.
Right.
And if you want to get a more tie-dye look or something, then put it in a smaller container and do the twisting like you did an old tie-dye t-shirt or something.
Kind of amazing.
But anyway, so that was our dye. So we had fun with that.
We did.
Okay,
really
so that was
time with that.
Okay,
so what's next?
Let me think. You got material? You showed yours already?
I showed my material.
You showed your whips?
my only whip that I have is and I love this die. This is the Lady in Thread, the Antique Motifs Halloween Sampler.
Look at the, look,
Isn't
I
it
love his
cute?
eyes. I love the little skeletons on his shadow. But look at the word Halloween. Here comes Halloween.
I know,
Isn't
I
that
like
darn?
too. And here he is. I got a little bit more work done on the pumpkin face.
And that piece of fabric is stunning.
It's perfect for it. I enjoy working on it.
Ugh.
It really is a very mellow look to that.
Uh-huh.
So, and I'm sure, unfortunately, it's out of print. So you guys are gonna have to go to the.
This pattern's out of print?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Well, it's from 2007, so it's had a good run.
Yeah, it's had a good
Okay.
run.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll have to go to the second. But that's my whip because I was very busy working on
Something.
something. I'll put this one back in here.
This is your stack.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
this is your
perfect.
stack.
Okay, so that's all I have.
Have you got another finish you want to share with us? It's not Christmas?
I do. I can share my. Hold on here. I gotta find my booklet here.
And we're a little distracted first because I'm having trouble staying upright in second. This is like the third time we filmed this. So
My beautiful Sarah Plummer
it's
that
good to
I
see a
love.
knockout.
And this is her and all her beauty.
This is a pretty frame. Wait till you see Kathy's frame.
I love Sarah.
Kathy is stunning.
I know, I really like her.
I
I
guess
really, really like her. So,
you paid that much for that frame?
no. It
Oh
was
my God.
$19.99. I got it 40% off. I think it was, I don't
13
know,
bucks
11,
and-
13 bucks. Cheapy Charlie. Oh yeah. See how easy that comes out of me?
Cheapy Charlie, that's my new saying.
I took the frame and I painted the beads. First I taped the gazillion in a gazillion spots. I painted the beads and I looked at the beads after I took tape. I'm like, okay, they're too bright. So I took the Hobby Lobby stain that they have in their paint department and I stained them with some more tape.
You have the patience of Job on those detailing.
And then my sweet husband cut me the inner piece that fits snug as a bug in a rug to hold the glass in. And then we just used a little bit of, I don't know what he used.
Because a lot of these frames are not like on the back. They're not intended to be taken apart. They're a piece
I
of
could have
art.
taken the back off of this one, but I thought, why?
There's a little
I
saying on
took
there
my
or
foam
something.
core
Yeah.
and I pinned her on. And first I finished up the frame. And
So everything is laid on top of the
everything's
original
on
back.
top. Sits on top of it. And I like it so much that I went yesterday and bought another one because.
But isn't this? I don't. This is the colors on this. The work on this is just unbelievable. And the thorn. What is it? The thorn. I keep wanting to say thornbirds.
The wishing thorn.
Wishing thorn.
Yeah.
Is who did this pattern, and this
Birgit.
pattern is stunning.
It's
Birgit.
by Birgit Tolman. Tolman. And I don't know what to do with the pattern. I don't know what happened to it.
Is it right here?
Oh, there it is. Yes.
That's what we text right there.
Yeah. That's right.
Not only this one, but Kathy was showing me some others, and then of course she sent me the Mary Bar for me.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
She has some absolutely beautiful
They're different.
patterns on her site. And she's got some phenomenal accessories that I didn't know of Birgit before I started to do Sarah. But I did reach out to her and let her know I was working on her and had a question about one of the motifs. And she got back to me and I started to look at her site and I would totally go to her site and buy patterns and accessories. They're absolutely stunning. Whether I had neither. Whether I knew the fan is blowing.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, we got a fan on.
So yeah, I think if y'all and she has shared with me some of the new pieces coming up that she's going to be posting. And I'm so excited for Jane as one. And I think
and the Mary Bar is just. I showed it last time. It's stunning.
Go to her site because she's got some wonderful samplers that are coming.
And Michelle from Mommy Loves You GB has been working on the
Mary Bar.
Oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
it's fun to see a new face in the sampler community. So this is why I have only my one whip and I've got to finally fully finished and framed. How many ups is that?
And the frame, I said that is
I love it.
custom colored, custom cut frame.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
For
do another,
$19.99.
yeah, less than that
Minus
because
40%.
minus 40%, and so I like the frame so much, and I've had some really good comments on it. I went back and bought another one that I'm gonna do the same because I want to stitch this one, and I just bought fabric again so that it would fit in this frame. I want to get a nice. This one is called the GH 1857. I know that some of you are already working on that. I did pull colors and I did change the colors so they're similar to Sarah. But from Victoria Rose, I always get her name lost. But anyway, she had some new fabrics come in. And I did change a couple of the colors though because I wanted it to be similar to Sarah, not exact. And let me just put this behind a white piece of paper. See if you can see the color a little bit better. But the blues and the chestnut and the just gorgeous.
Kathy, that is so pretty.
Love those colors. So that I bought 46 count linen to fit in a frame that I just did. 46. So it'll be 23. It'll be tight, but I'll make it work.
It'll be, look at those
eyes. I'll make it work. So that'll be.
You gotta take it back.
Okay.
I have the fan on.
That's okay.
I have to take the fan on today. I'm sorry.
It's good to have the fan on here and I'll pass. So that is my up and coming. And then I'm going to talk quickly about this because somebody posted a teeny tiny 2 by 3 inch miniature sampler that, oh my gosh, when I get on a mission, well, you're kind of like me, Molly, when you find something and you're like, oh, I know I want that. You know you want that. You know you're going to stitch the damn thing and get it done. So 2 girls, myself and Vicky, posted on Facebook in the search groups, and she managed to find hers at a very reasonable cost within an hour. Well, that's been like 9 days ago. So I'm still hopeful. Mm-hmm. But if any of you out there can help me find this book, Traditional Needlework in Miniature, by Anna L. Ferguson. Anelli Ferguson. Anyway, beautiful book. 54 projects in this book. I can't do an arm and a leg. I can barely do a hand. But of course, once everybody starts looking for it, and then of course you've now drummed up so much interest in the feed that Amazon went nuts for a while. We've checked all the main sites, Amazon, and I want the book. I don't want to borrow it. I don't want to get it on loan. I want the book. That's just how I roll. So if anyone has, sure, someone out there has got it. If you would be willing to sell it to me at a reasonable price, maybe just half a hand or finger, I would really appreciate that. And you can reach me on Diary of a Sampler Lover or on Instagram or through Molly or what have you. But you all know how to get a hold of me, and I would be very much appreciative to that. So OOPs are out there.
Oh, they are.
Just patience is what it is.
On the note of Kathy, I'm going to segue off because I'm looking at what you have next.
What do I have
back up when you're talking about finding something. I had made the request from y'all last time. You know, several of y'all have made comments about it's like stitching with a friend or something. That's exactly how I feel. We're looking at, I'm looking at the monitor to look at Kathy or something. But
we've had such.
I really feel like I wish y'all could all come over and stitch with you.
I know, a block party.
That's it. We need a block party. I just love meeting all of y'all and y'all's comments and the fact that you shared some of your artwork with us and all. And I want to back up just a little bit because I told Kathy, I said, I feel so bad. I just realized I'm so new to this. I haven't been on Instagram.
Instagram has a message.
I did not know that. So I'm looking back. I told Kathy I accident in the pond where people have been messaging me on Instagram. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah. And thank y'all so much. But I wanted to back up and thank a lady who shall go nameless unless she tells me it's okay to say her name. Can I say her first name?
Cindy.
Cindy
P.
This woman couldn't keep a secret I don't know what you'd have to. But anyway, I had asked where I could find a box for the Otanen bomb. And thank you, Cindy, from the bottom of my heart. Now, if you're going to the attic anytime soon, let me know. I'm gonna go. I got to go to the attic, and I hear it's somewhere near maybe. But anyway, thank you so much for my box for the Otanen bomb, and I can't wait to get it stitched. I'm trying to find the perfect fabric right now.
And because Molly got a box, I had to have a box.
Do you know what? I am the newbie who, this young lady
one.
needed it. I said, I'm so honored. It's like that old Tannenbaum was so pretty. So that brings me to one of the next things.
Well, I got to thank Carolyn. Carolyn, they got my box today. So all is good.
So she got
Carolyn, I got a box too. Yeah.
But Kathy was talking about trying to find things, so she wants to find that book for the miniature samplers.
Oh my God.
But I was watching a video the other night from, it was 10 months old, but I think it was her first video, and it was Penny's Daughter's Share. And I don't know the young lady's name. I called her Penny, but it wasn't. It's Penny is the mom, but Penny's Daughters Share. And she was showing some older patterns she's finished, and she was apologizing because they're not available anymore. Well, don't you know that made me, I have to have that pattern now. Even if I don't like it, I got to have that pattern. It became a unicorn type thing, or, the Holy Grail of finding patterns. But I did discover from her video, which she showed some patterns, a couple of them were Brenda Gervais, which she had shown in her site. And they come with the boxes, which I'm seeing that box is why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
And you got felt ornaments, maybe felt pumpkins or felt candy corns or felt something, stars or whatever. But so then it's like 2 in the morning. I'm not feeling
the best.
But
she's shopping.
I'm scared to move because I don't want the thing to start again. And also I'm sitting there trying to shop. Well, I went to typed in the name of Brenda Gervais site. Well, I found a place called, y'all probably all knew about this. I didn't. It's the Country Sampler Store in Wisconsin. Spring Green, Wisconsin. And I don't do a lot of quilting. I love quilting. But every piece of quilting fabric she had on her website, I want. They were stunning. They were just my
beautiful selection of fabric.
Well, she just picked them for me. I mean, it was like just perfect. But she had the Brenda Gervais patterns. Now, I ordered them last night at 2 in the morning. So I cannot tell you Monday when she gets to work and
how their shifts are.
Yeah, if I'm going to get them or not.
You'll get them. Her site's pretty good.
Okay, so I found those Brenda Gervais patterns that a year ago Penny's daughter said I couldn't find, but anyway, so I'm hoping that they come in. But I'm so excited that we have them come in. So don't give up. You can find it. We're going to find that book.
I know. I need the book.
Yeah. So anyway, and those of you who messaged,
I was exhausted. That's how bad it was. That's bad.
Oh, and Sweetwater Stitchers, Jessica, did
a
video that was new yesterday, I think, or day before, and she did the same thing. She showed some goddamn patterns. I had to stop the video right then. Text on my
We've been told that. We've been told that too. That people.
Well, it happened to me.
It happens.
Okay. So anyway, okay, man. And the reason I'm talking about that Brenda Gervais is the box that Cindy sent me. Thank you,
Cindy P.
And the box from Brenda Gervais, they're hard to come by. But, Kathy.
Well, I went out to our favorite dollar store, the Dollar Tree. See this cute little tray? I happen to know that Brenda Gervais uses a lot of trays. And I love to paint wood. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I enjoy painting the wood because I have good results with the wood. The Christmas sampler box, shadow box that I showed, the couple other boxes that I've used or brought. I can't even remember all. This is one of them that I just finished up. I mean, I can cheapy Charlie box, but I take my time. I mean, this is probably painted 3 different times, sanded in between each dry brush. And then I take the stain from Hobby Lobby and stain it. So this tray, this $3 tray, see the 3. You need a candy?
No, I need a napkin.
Oh, okay.
I mean, sorry.
This $3 tray, I'm gonna make it look like this box. Maybe a different color, but I'm gonna take my time and stain the daylight. So anyway, Brenda Gervais has a really cute pattern. It's a red and white gingham, kind of a garden-y scene, and I should have pulled the pattern, but I did not. But I can just see little rough edge frayed gingham check tied to the handle, and you know, so go buy a box because I guarantee you,
we're coming
$3 box.
And just think forward to fall and Halloween.
Yeah,
trust us on this.
We're gonna. So speaking of fall and Halloween, now that the cat's out of the bag, check this out. Now it had a little accident this morning. It was fine on Instagram till I got to Molly.
I didn't. It wasn't me.
So this is a scissor holder, and can you see the witches? Can you see Halloween coming down your path here? Can you see that little witch and the little fluffy There's spiders all over this thing. I know. It's coming.
It's coming. It's
Sneak
coming.
peeks are coming. So speaking of blocks, this is a scissor holder. There's a hole in there. Can't really see it that good, but that's fine. We don't want. You've got a
I
whole
don't even care if there's a hole.
2-inch by 2-inch thing here to do your decorating. So,
and what I love is that Kathy has those little treasures, the little bitty treasures.
Yeah.
And turn them into magic.
So speaking of my blocks, I still have 20 blocks for sale. So if anybody get a hold of me, you can get the Santa kit. But to Karen and Brendan from Fox and Rabbit, I know you guys have had some kind of hellish things going on with floods and what have you. I was decoupaging my witches, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to decoupage your Santas for you. I got to put some gold on it while I'm here by Molly. Then Molly's going to send a special treat with these. We're going to send these out to the attic for while you're there at summer school. You're going to have to add your top design.
That gives me a reason to drive to the attic too.
See?
I could bring them so that they're for me.
We could
not
meet
when they're
them.
there. Well, we could meet them, but I don't want to interrupt them. We can have them there.
Oh, they'll be there early. I bet to shop. But anyway, so your blocks are done except for the gold. So I wanted to share that with you, kind of a surprise. And I'll put the felt on the bottom after I do the gold, but your blocks will be done so that you don't have to go home and worry about one more thing that you have to make.
And y'all heard me talk about Brenda and Laura, the cereal starter, or the saltwater stitchers, or the my Carol, the salt box stitcher. That's my, I stalk silently usually. I try not to be too obvious. I just love y'all. But that Fox and Rabbit, I have watched those videos probably 6 times each.
They're a hoot.
They're a hoot. I love them. And
I just didn't want
let's just say Brendan and I got a lot of stuff in common on what we like and all. So
I just didn't want them going home with kits that they had put together.
I don't know, but
I just thought I'm already
they're coming to the
painting and staining, and they turned out really, really nice. And I will say this much too.
I just love them. And the patient. I don't know what they're like in between the videos. With all the stress they've been under moving,
I
opening
know.
up the new shop, setting up everything, and then the flood.
I'm just like, no, I got to.
On screen, they're fabulous. I mean, it's like,
I told my husband, I said, I'm just going to do these for him. So they're going to be done and sent out to the attic with a little surprise from Miss Molly.
Don't get too excited, but I'm
yeah,
just saying,
you can get excited.
Just know we're like, we're.
Yeah, so that'll come
we like
your way.
similar things. Let's just say that.
We're good.
Okay. Anyway, what else, Miss Kathy? There's more. I don't even know what it is. Oh, speaking of the attic. Can I show this?
Yeah, show that. Show that.
And then we got to announce winners from the last thing.
And I'm gonna,
Kathy, I feel like we're forgetting something. We've done everything so many times. Okay, so I watched a video from Jean and Carolyn from the attic, who I just adore. I mean, I absolutely, I feel like I know them. I just adore them. Two tarts and their charts. Oh no, and their stars. And their stars.
Yeah, 2 charts.
But anyway, Jean had showed a book that was the Bible, cross-stitch letter Bible, and how she used it. And I was like, oh my God, I have to have that. Of course, Kathy, I tell her that. Oh, I already have that.
I already have that.
So, oh gosh. So, I thought I discovered something. And anyway, so now, have you seen me stitch samplers or letters? No, I have not. But anyway, so did I show them my thing from that corner shop where I had to put the address in?
Yeah.
Well, I used the book. So I go online, I'm going to try to find the Bible that Jean's talking about. Well, I found it for $300.
Yeah, we're not spending that. We're not going to give away our
So then I found it for $180, but $20 shipping. No. So I did find this book from the same authoress, how we've said, Valerie Lejeune. She's from France, and she does this beautiful book. And I think I paid $28 for this one, plus about $12, $14 shipping from France, right at $40. And so it's a condensed version of the most gorgeous letters, different sizes, from little bitty to, pretty big. And so the minute I clicked and ordered this, like, it's confirmed, it's coming from France, and it came in excellent condition. Just excellent. Then, of course, on my screen pops the Bible. So I got the Bible.
It's a beauty.
Because it was only $80. Now, I don't need this book for $80, but I got it.
Well,
and it's stunning. And I already used letters out of it for my little thing. But look at the condition of it, all the way from France. And I think it was published in 1994 or something.
Yeah, it's a good book.
It's a beautiful book.
It's a good book. I've used my new, in fact, Sarah Plummer in the cartouche. You see the cartoucher, the KB?
So there again, we're going to find that book for you. But I'm just saying,
It's all right. Just have to be
miracles do
patient.
happen.
That's all.
Okay.
Just have to be patient.
Okay.
I'm going to just quickly talk about this. I had mentioned that I had a advent calendar. So can you see me just decorating this thing up at the top with greens and scrappy stuff? And then, you know what I think I'm going to stitch in here? Is those Prairie Schooler miniatures. I think I have to buy it. I think I have to get it. But I'll get it.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I want to use.
That's beautiful.
For in here. Because I like the more country
I love it.
kind of look. And I can beat this thing up here a little bit. But
Nice.
anyway,
Yeah,
yes.
beat it
So
up.
I'm going to
I
do
like
that.
that.
So that's a little sneak peek for up and coming. What you got?
Okay.
Winners?
Well, I got winners in 1 second. Okay, so I was mentioning about I found out that you can message me on Instagram. I did not know that, but now I do.
I didn't know you didn't know. I would have told you. I'm like, did you see that picture somebody posted on Instagram?
No,
and
but I'm learning my way around now.
she's doing good.
So I want to back up and first and say there were more of you than this, but I just wrote down these couple names. Kara and Peg, who shared some of the work they had done and projects they made. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. They're so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Thank y'all for sharing, and I'm so sorry it took me a little while to even find the pictures. But thank you for sharing it. Made my
A
day.
lot of floss books have come out, a
Mhm.
lot of thread beds, some junk journaling for needles and all that
And
good stuff.
and I love
so that's exciting.
it. Makes my heart sing when I see people using paper and
Yeah,
things.
for
Okay,
needlework
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So, and then Barb asked the question about how I was punching the holes in the bag. She was struggling a little bit getting the holes in. She has the crocodile and a regular hole punch. Barb, what I have found for me is if I put about 20 bags together, alligator clip them on the side, put them in that crocodile, I get a better punch. Good firm punch on that thing with, 15 to 20 bags in there.
Thicker.
If I only put 5 or 6 bags in there, they slip and
Slide.
slide around and all that kind of stuff, and I don't get a good punch.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
thicken it up.
And I'm not saying the last bag might not still have a little half of a piece of plastic hung on it or something.
Yeah.
Most of them are good. So that would be my suggestion on there. And then Helen Cook asked the question about can I borrow one of your books there?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, we didn't really talk about this yet. I'll have to, 'cause
well,
I-
that's what I'm hoping you go back and talk about. I
Yeah.
love it because I want to talk about Lori Holt. It's not Lori Holt. What's her name? Is it Lori Holt?
yeah, Lori
Okay.
Holt is the one that has all.
I love her.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got the featherweight that's painted in the butter.
Okay, so I punch my holes, and Kathy followed suit from me, about a ½ inch down from the top, so that my chipboard's not going to wear away
Right.
because it gets
Gonna
some
be
good wear
used.
and all, and gives me plenty of room. And so about a ½ inch from the top, and then on the thread beds that
Oh,
we
you're talking
made,
elastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
she asked if I sewed my elastic or how I did my elastic. Kathy doesn't sew her elastic. She just ties it in a knot and puts it around her book. I'm too lazy. If I took mine off my book, you can guarantee I'd never find it again.
So here's
So,
one.
yeah. And see, hers isn't even attached. She just
No.
takes it off, lays it beside her.
Oh,
And all.
wrong
But
one.
mine it comes around the front of the book, but it is attached. I'll put it back this way. And this is hairband elastic or something, a double fold elastic.
Yeah.
If you could look behind that felt, if you've got X-ray vision to see behind there, that piece of elastic goes up to about right here, is glued back there, and then the felt's glued on top of it. Right underneath there, glued on top. So my elastic's not sewn either. And I mentioned I was lazy. But anyway, what I like is, so it hangs like that, and then when, flick it back out of my way when I'm putting my threads there. You should have seen this thing the other day.
I love my
it looked
thread
like
bed.
it was a mess.
Don't you find it
A hell of a
convenient?
mess is
Like
what it
when you
is.
weren't feeling good and you can just have, instead of your whole bulky.
Well, what was
You have a
happening to
thread
me
bed?
when I didn't have this, and the other day I was too lazy and I didn't have. I have some pieces of thread that are long enough to use sitting
Yeah.
there, but I also have all my little orts that are collecting up there.
Yeah.
So then oh my God, I just threw my long piece away.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but so then this thing just
So
flips
that
across the
helps.
top. So I
Yeah.
don't sew either one on that. Thank you for that. Okay, now the only other thing I want to show before we go on to the winners.
Show and share.
Is I teased Kathy. I said I have done a whole lot more dyeing and buying than I have
Yeah.
flossing and crossing. Let me tell you, I have been buying because
That'd be a good floss bag saying. I've done more
I've done more buying than I'm buying and dyeing because we were buying.
buying and dyeing.
Then we
instead
have
of
flossing and crossing.
I think
But,
that would be cute.
Anyway, so speaking of Fat Quarter Shop,
Yes.
while I was there buying
She's got blackbird
patterns,
fabric. She hid that on me. She didn't even tell me. Didn't even share.
I have to guard my stuff. So what happened? Kathy had mentioned one time, if you ever want me to make you a bag or something.
Did I say that?
Yes.
I did.
So I'm thinking, well, I think that's only fair that she can help me make a bag. Well, my thing is, I don't know if I love my plastic bags. I have to tell you, I can see through them. They're all the same size. They hold
There's some
everything.
beautiful
One of
bags
the
out there.
sweet ladies, Chris, that
Yeah.
bought some from me, had me order the bigger size. Those things are huge. Kathy,
They're
I need to
big.
show you those. Showed you those? I need to
Did
show
you
you those.
oh,
I
yeah.
got some of the big ones.
You need to show me them.
And they're only $1 more. If I make you a bag with those, they're only $1 more to get that big old huge size.
Oh yeah.
But
Boy,
anyway,
think of the stains you could put on one of those.
no kidding. But anyway, you could hide body parts in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, the moral to the story is fabric bags. My problem is they're I can't see through them. So anyway, and they come different sizes when you buy from me. So anyway, but I bought myself some Blackbird fabric. You know the one. Let me see if I can get rid of this. You know, so I got the red and the blue in the cross stitch patterns, and then I got some coordinating prints to make myself a bag and maybe do back of pillows and do some finishings and all. And then one of the prints I bought. I just thought this would make a perfect little Christmas finishing.
I like that one. I see that as
love
a binding.
You're saying binding. I'm saying the back of a pillow, or you know how you.
It looks warm.
You know how you
and-
just tear a piece to make ribbon or something. I just love this. I love it. So Fat Quarter Shop had a great selection of that, and there again, I'm not. Well, now I live in Texas, and they're from Texas, but I'm as far away from the Fat Quarter Shop as if you lived.
Oh yeah.
In Michigan from the Fat Quarter Shop. That's how big Texas is.
Texas is
You know,
big.
so I
Yeah.
literally got it like 2 days later. It was like, yeah.
They ship pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
I've heard good
Pretty darn
things
good.
about Fit. 1, 2, 3 Stitch ships really good.
Well, yes, they do.
Yeah.
The only thing I will tell you on 1, 2, 3 Stitch, and I don't know if this is true all the time or it was just me because I ordered more than I'd like to admit from there. Don't order your fabric with your
that's
threads and
right.
patterns unless you're willing to wait on everything.
Yeah.
Because if I order just threads and pattern or other
It's-
notions, needles,
yeah.
whatever, it comes like that. If I add a piece of fabric into it, it might slow it down by a week.
Because they might be out of fabric. Fabric
Yeah.
still seems to be a little bit of a problem for people to get their
Well, I'm
fabric.
not saying that's true of 1, 2, 3 all the time,
right.
but
Once
that
in a
quarter
while.
shop, if they said they got that fabric, it came.
Yeah.
It came 2 days later.
Yeah.
Whereas with 1, 2, 3, I found that their fabrics were
Right.
what was holding up the order. You know,
Right.
but they sell a lot of fabric, so you know.
So
Okay, on to winners.
winners. We have some
Now
winners.
on the first video, I had said I would give away, make and give away some of the bags and, accoutrement kind of things that go with it, or little floss drops or little charms and things, to winners. And then in addition to that, Teresa from, give me just 1
I'm
minute,
trying to make room.
Jersey Girl Stitch Company, let me make sure we're still recording, was gracious enough to send some beautiful counting pins in. So what's going to happen is the first 2 names I called are going to get a bag and a charm and a pin, and one of the pins. And then the next 3 names I called are going to get a bag, the charm, and some floss drops. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. And what I'm going to ask you to do, try not to complicate this too much, I'm going to have my email at the bottom of this, mollydowning@hotmail.com. Pretty easy. So it'll be at the bottom. And these 5 people will send me messages, yay, if they see this. And, you know, we'll get back and forth. You'll give me your address, and I'll mail it off to you. But what I'm going to ask you to do is on the bag, if you want me to just pick a bag and send it to you, I'll do that. And I'll coordinate up a little charm, you know, like there's Christmas and Christmas and all that kind of stuff. And the floss drops, you know, well, that's not Christmas. But anyway, you get the idea. If you want you to pick the bag, go to my Etsy store and say, oh, Molly, I really want the bag that says, you know, stitching mends the soul. Or I really want the bag that says this is proof I can stab something 1,000 times and enjoy it or something. Let me know what bag you want. I'll make it up and send that one to you. And then your floss drops and charm, excuse me, I'm trying to think, will coordinate with, I'm not saying match it exactly, but it'll be the same mood, you know, kind of thing if I see what you like and all. So, drum roll please. Okay, Linnell S. Please send me your information on my Hotmail. Linnell S. Okay, and then Donna Rankin. Send me your information on an email so I can get you something mailed out. Jenny Adcock, I think. Jenny Adcock. Send me your information. We can take care of you there. And then I love this name because it's like mine. Dolly Yarborough. Yay, Dolly. Hello, Dolly.
It is kind of like your name.
Yeah, hello, Dolly. Anyway, so Dolly Yarborough, and then last but certainly not least is Sheila Hudson. So congratulations to those winners from the first video.
Yes.
3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago or so. And then Kathy's going to take care of the one from the
Now
last video
till the 15th of August. And so if you like, subscribe, and comment. Of course, you need to be 18 and all that good stuff. Don't say giveaway.
Oh, I'm teasing. I looked on I'm trying to learn how to do all this stuff. So I looked one time on statistics, and it gave me. I don't think we have a bunch of 18-year-olds watching.
Probably not.
You know, it shows us kind of an age, but I don't think we have a bunch of 18-year-olds watching. So, but in case you are, don't be asking to win a prize if you're under 18. Okay.
It's the kitty cats. I'm so allergic to kitty cats. Anyway, so the black kit, the Santa kit that you will make, I will give that as a prize to the winner, and we'll pull that right after the 15th of August. And by the way, happy birthday, Mom. Yeah. Because your birthday's the 3rd.
Okay.
And I know you're going to be watching, and you'll probably hit this about that same time. I'm trying to think if we have anything else. Oh, gosh. So we talked briefly about these books because I actually had made a couple more books to document my sampler information, and then my cards finally came in. I had mentioned about my cards. They don't look that bright, but they're two color cards. So on my card, I'll put like what the project was. I know it's really bright there.
Yeah.
What the project was, the linen, if I use floss change, what that consists of, any pertinent information, count, what have you. And then my son gave me for my birthday the little camera, which I can't remember what it's called, a hopscotch or whatever. But anyway, I can print a picture of the sampler, tuck it in here, and I'll sticker it up and make it look fun and pretty. And this particular one I did, and I think it'll just be a nice, fun way to document and kind of journal our. What do we kind of said? Well, what's the name of the card It's a card catalog, but we'll catalog our samplers and projects and little books like this. And I actually made one red, and this goes this way. One red and one blue to start that. So they're kind of segregated. They've got samplers and smalls and what have you that. So all fun.
Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, they're
just
fun.
So pretty.
They were fun.
Why I was saying I wanted to mention Lori Holt was Kathy had mentioned earlier to me about how, you know, she has more than one child. So, and she has grandchildren and all. I have one son and a beautiful daughter-in-law, but you know, whatever, you know, good. Whoever gets this at Goodwill, you know.
Oh yeah.
But what
could
I
be
like,
6 feet under. You never know. And I'll be looking.
Whatever happens,
whatever happens, it happens.
I hope more joy going on than worried about this.
I often think about that.
But
you know, will anyone be anyone be interested?
Somebody
in whatever. Somebody
for the fun. But anyway, the moral to the story is Lori Holt. I saw on a video. I just saw it recently. I don't know how old or new the video was. I think it was new. Anyway, she mentioned that she does library cards. She's been doing them for several years, and It's So Emma from Fat Quarter Shop prints them and sells them. You know, her designs.
Yeah.
And they're library pockets with the library cards, really well done. And she talks about, she writes it, and she actually puts it on the back of the picture.
Yeah.
But what else she does, which I thought, man, that is a good idea, and I wish like heck my aunt and mama would have done this, and I guess I could do this for my son, but I don't think he's even going to look on the back of a picture. But anyway, he's a sweet kid, he's just not interested. Is she actually does another envelope, and she journals in there.
Yeah.
Like, let's say she did the cross-stitch piece, and it's in memory of her great-great-grandmother.
Oh, I see.
She might have a picture, or she might have a document, or something. Well, she puts it in that envelope. I'm sorry, I've been leaning off camera.
She's gonna fall asleep.
No, I'm gonna fall over is my problem. Anyway, but she journals and puts it in that envelope, and I thought, what a treasure.
Yeah.
I started crying when I was thinking about that. Man,
somebody runs across that, and
I have a piece of Petty Point my aunt did, and the fact that my name was on the back of it on a little piece of tape that I had to retape on because you know it's long since
somebody wanted you to have that
in my aunt's handwriting.
Yeah.
Just if there had been a letter in there or a picture or something, what a treasure. What a treasure. So Lori, thank you so much for
trying to find a way to document our stuff a little bit better, and you know, rather than your phone and picture wise. I think we covered everything.
We wore you out. I'm so sorry, but thank y'all so much for sticking with us Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Just as excited as I was.
We're gonna go and have cake. The rest of the bacon crack.
And
my fudge.
You know, I teased about the pecan pie things. Everybody else, and the bacon crack is something every lady that ate it have to have the recipe.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I'll have the recipe on the
on her blog.
Now I have to tell you, I'm going to go back and try to get rid of the last of this. I'm, dizzy as all get out right now. But anyway, I'll take my more of my medicine and hopefully about tomorrow. So I'll get that up on my blog.
Yeah.
But I will try to get the thing uploaded today.
Get Molly some rest here.
Get the recipes and stuff.
We just wanted to get the last Christmas in July. We've been talking about it. We kind of promised it to everybody.
And I want to take and fudge.
Yeah.
No,
so
but anyway.
We're good. I think
Kathy was some pretty stuff.
Yeah.
We're rambling again.
All right.
Sorry about that, girl. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can't wait to see you all again. Thank you for your sweet
Bye.
comments. Like, subscribe, and follow. Share. Whatever.
Yeah. Don't forget to share it. Oh, by the way, Molly, congratulations. You hit the 5,000.
I would say Kathy had a goal of 5,000 and Dad
And we
y'all didn't do it.
We did it. Thank you. Yeah.
I just wish we could meet everybody.
I know. It would be fun. Well, somebody had said you guys should do something down in Texas. So who knows? Maybe there's enough people around here. We'll see. We can make blocks.
We're in the middle of we are, El Paso is a beautiful community. I always teach, it's a hidden gem. People think of El Paso as just a western town. No, it's a well-developed, city, well-run city and a lot of stuff to do.
Some good things.
But it is in the middle of a desert.
It's hot.
Well, and I'm saying it's 400 miles this way, 400 miles this way, 400. It's like
nothing's really local. I mean, you've got your local stuff for shopping and what have you, but nothing like
a huge hub for transportation between 4 or 5 states and Mexico and all that stuff. So it's been fun. It's been fun. Fun to learn. So, and we found a great neighbor. Oh, anyway, but I was thinking between the attic and there's some stores up in Albuquerque. I wonder if they ever do anything. But I gotta go to the attic. Okay. Good seeing y'all. Thanks so much for sharing, and subscribing. Bye.